Boss, have you been reading the Warhammer books yet? I know what you're thinking. There's no way. But yes, I actually started reading the Warhammer books. Yeah. I did actually start the Warhammer books. I started the Eisenhorn trilogy. Because there's 300, 400 books in this franchise. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna probably live long enough to read all of them. But I'm about 200 pages into Xenos, the first book of the Eisenhorn trilogy, and it's freaking good so far. Not gonna lie, it's pretty great. It's not like one of the best books I've ever read, but damn, the Inquisitors are awesome. I love them. I did want to do Over the Garden Wall at some point.
Flashback.
Also, other news that I forgot to tell you. Oh, I'm your favorite blue internet idiot. Let's go! Let's go! I started reading Warhammer. That's right. That's right, I started reading Warhammer. Yeah. Yeah, you heard correctly. I started reading, picked up Warhammer and started reading it. I know, pretty crazy. Yeah, you heard correctly. I actually started. I was like, no, it's never gonna happen. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just roll. So yeah, anyway, I started reading Warhammer, is what I'm trying to say. I told you I was serious about consuming all lore. You thought I was memeing. You thought I was joking. You thought it was a joke. The joke was you. What book did you start with? So I was gonna start with the Horus Heresy. But I actually decided to look up what was kind of recommended for you to start. So I started reading Xenos. Which is a book that is following a absolute mad lad called Eisenhorn. I think that's his name. Eisenhorn. Dirty Xeno scum, true. Yeah, so I was told I had to dive into that one first. Yeah, so I started reading so the Eisenhorn is a trilogy following a Inquisitor, basically. And so I'm like 200 pages into the first book of the trilogy called Xenos. And so far, it's kind of great, not gonna lie. It's not like my favorite book of all time. Like, listen, I'm a bit of a snob. I'm a literary snob. I have a hard time reading books that are shit. So, it's definitely not shit. But it's not like, S tier book. So, I'm cooking. I'm about 2/5 into the book, I'd say. About like 40% into the book. And it's good so far. I think my favorite part so far is, for me, lore master extraordinaire. I absolutely love getting a look into how insane the Inquisitors are. Dude, I love them. Like, I used to, shit on the Inquisitors, but for, we do that. No, I was wrong. The Inquisitors are awesome. You should read Aragon. I read Aragon. Yeah, but dude, the Inquisitors are so freaking cool. Bruh. Bro. So, I was thinking of, Nux, did you ever read The Giver? Is that the same as the movie The Giver? The guy in the future that died? Crazy in 40K is standard. Okay. True. So, let me tell you something. Dude, there was this one line in, Xenos that just absolutely destroyed me. I'm not sure how I should, segment reviews of these books. I don't know if I should, review them individually or trilogies. You should read the Percy Jackson books. I've read all the Percy Jackson books. You guys are cute. Nice try. So, basically, bro, what's his line? Oh, God, it's so good. So, basically, dude goes out there. If I make a review, I'm going to specifically mention this line because this line is so good, okay? Dude chases his target into, this planet and ends up killing, thousands of, civilians of the planet in order to track down this guy, this incredibly dangerous guy that he's chasing, and kill him. And he successfully kills him, but he ends up wiping out like thousands of civilians. So the government of the planet are all like pissy at him and annoying, and they're like yelling at him. And they're like, you know, sir, how can you have done such a horrible thing? This is so horrible, this thing that you did. And the dude is like explaining how even according to that planet's laws, even according to their laws, everything he did was legal. And then they kept annoying him, and he just turns to them. And he says, dude, this is the craziest line of all time. Sir, my patience is limited. Unlike my authority. Basically, like, that line is so crazy. It is so crazy. Bro, my patience is limited, unlike my authority. He could basically just sentence the entire room to death, and they would listen to him because he's an inquisitor. Like, he is the absolute pinnacle of decision-making in the galaxy, according to the Imperium. Like, he could do anything. And he was just kind of playing the game with them the entire time, showing how everything he did was actually legal according to their laws, when in actuality, he literally did not need to answer to them at all. Like, bro, that sent me. That was insane. And then dude looks at basically the mayor of that, like, planet or whatever, and says to him, now be silent, or I will throw you out of the window before opening it. And it's like, the guy's crazy. I don't know, I loved it. That guy was awesome. Space Marines could just kill Inquisitors if they get annoyed, though. True. He's not, like, more powerful than, he's not more powerful than Space Marine, but his authority is infinite, which is so cool. You see, Your Honor, the genocide was perfectly legal. Exactly. Yeah, no, Space Marines are much stronger than Inquisitors, for sure. Like, if Space Marines are like an army of Supermen, then Inquisitors are like Batmen. They're much more detective, dark, gritty people. Well, anyway. No, this dude's awesome. I love this guy. Inquisitor Eisenhorn, what are your orders? I don't know, and I also imagine everyone in this book with like incredibly deep voices. Like I have ADHD brain, so every time I'm reading something, like I imagine their voices like in my head. But and somehow in Warhammer I imagine everyone, yes, it is I am Space Marine, this guy. Oh yes, it is I, Inquisitor. It's just like they all sound like that in my mind. It's terrible. It's like normal people have normal voices, and then the Space Marine comes and they all sound like this. Yeah, well, anyway. No, it's definitely badass. I love it. Inquisitors are like Judge Dredd, but less badass and based. All right.